You've reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We are here to help. Para español, oprima el número 2. To reach the Veterans Crisis Line, if you are a U.S. veteran or service member or are calling about one, press 1. To connect to specialized support for LGBTQ plus people under the age of 25, press 3. Otherwise, please remain on the line while we route your call to a Lifeline crisis counselor. Your call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance purposes. Please stay on the line while your call is directed to an available responder.
Lifeline. My name is Isla. How can I help you?
Hey, you say your name was what, babe?
Isla.
Isla. Hi, Isla. My name is Jennifer.
Hi.
Kind of just need somebody to talk to.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm just kind of at a done with this life kind of thing. Like I'm not suicidal, but struggling with like depression and anxiety and PTSD and stuff. And I have no support. Yeah, I have no support, like at all. Like I basically just woke up a couple of years ago to some really, really dark stuff, to like how toxic my family was, the things that I witnessed and had to endure as a child. Like I kind of been blind for like, it's been like on autopilot for something. Like I can't even explain it. I really can't even explain it. And to be in the awareness that I'm in now, like I'm very angry. I have a lot of anger towards my mother. I mean, I get, it's a taught thing, that goes back generations and generations, and it has gotten a little better with each generation, but still, yeah. I want to create a podcast, and also like a support group for people that were molested by their parents. And because I'm a victim of that, or I'm a survivor, I should say. I'm not a victim.
Right.
I mean, I could claim that because, like, but because this is all stuff I learned as a kid. This is what I was groomed for. Like, how was I supposed to know that it's not okay for you to go outside your marriage if that's what I witnessed from both my parents?
Absolutely.
And I believe I was traumatized so bad, mentally, emotionally, physically, and sexually, and also spiritually, that I don't have any memories at all. Yeah. Like, I appreciate what you do because, like, I could only imagine the stuff that you have to hear.
Well, it sounds like you're dealing with a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty dead inside right now. Like, I'm on disability, so I'm able to take care of myself and the bills that I do have, but I'm also homeless and been living in my car for a year and 3 months.
Wow.
Been traumatized because, like, see, this is the part that I'm still trying to process. Is that people can curse other people with their thoughts. And especially if they're not aware, you know? Like, I had to become aware, a lot aware.
Right.
And again, like I said, I'm at a point where I'm just like, I'm just done. I don't want to think about it no more. I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, I don't want to feel it no more. How could my mother, like, how could they do that to me, knowing what happened to me and my sister, and pretend like they don't know nothing? And then not even help me. My mother destroyed my life.
Sounds like there's a lot of pain there. Especially because, you know, parents ideally, you know, are supposed to be there to protect you from things.
Right. And like...
And when they don't do that, or when they give other people access to hurt you, it changes everything. You learn that the people close to you aren't to be trusted, and that they're not protecting you. And that does a lot of damage on a kid.
And even on an adult, like, literally, I just woke up to this because, like, in August of 2018 is the first time I ever went to a mental hospital, because I lost it. Like, I snapped. I raged. I've never in my life ever been that enraged. Like, the stuff's coming out about, like, narcissists and flying monkeys and gaslighting and, you know, all these different terms and stuff are starting to come out, and people are starting to connect the dots. And it's like, oh wait, I mean, if they're, you know, I mean, I can only speak for myself. Like, no, I literally busted my arm and have destroyed my dominant arm to where I can't even use it properly because of my mother. Because of her, God only knows the crap she was talking about me behind my back. And then I come over to the house to help her when I had no business being there, really. Just, I was there to help her. And then I go over there, and it is nothing but a gang mentality up on me. You made your bed, you need to lie in it kind of stuff. Like, mama, like, we have these talks behind closed doors when everybody else ain't around, and you're a totally different person. So I'm trying, nope,
Yeah.
So I'm like, mama, she's selling my childhood home. She made the move and decision 2 weeks before she even told me. I'm not working. I'm fighting for disability. I'm trying to figure out how I can keep taking care of myself because everybody's left me and nobody ever really made an effort for me anyway. Nobody ever called me up and said, hey, let's go do something. Let's go do this. It was always me doing it.
Yeah.
I made some bad choices, and I have owned up to those choices. But I also know that they weren't completely my own doing. Regardless of whether I was an adult. Yes, I did make the choice to, you know, like, go out and become a prostitute, and, you know, I don't like saying that word because, like, it's not like I was trying to, you know, maintain a habit. Like, no, I was trying to attain a lifestyle. And living in my car definitely wasn't it.
Yeah. But there are events that happen to us so early on. They precipitate things that happen to us as adults.
And the choices that we make.
Yeah.
Right or wrong. When you're in survival mode, you have to do whatever you have to do to survive. And see, this is also another part of my story, like, that when I was doing, like, I had a job that I loved. I was working,
Okay.
I was a driver at a senior center, and I love this job. Oh my God, like it was the perfect job for me. But, I mean, as you've seen, you know, in America now, like, customer service, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Being, you know, going above and beyond and actually just doing your job. Just doing your job. Like, they don't even know how to do that.
Right.
I had to take a leave of absence because, like, I was fixing to snap. Like, I was getting in trouble for making sure my participants were taken care of. Making sure they didn't go home with shitty diapers. Making sure they didn't go home with, like, dried food on their clothes. Like, I'm sorry, you're the one that went to school for it. I'm just a driver. And then management wasn't saying, hey, management wasn't saying, hey, you know, management, because, there was a lot of stuff at this one place, so, you know.
Sure.
So I had to take a leave of absence, and I was married for 20 years, and I had left my marriage in 2014, and waited till like May or something the next year to really get into dating stuff. And you know, I'm looking forward to like going out on dates and talking and, you know, going and just doing things, you know. No. I came out into Netflix and chill. You know what that is, right?
Absolutely.
You know, there's like, so I'm like, you know, okay, I'm just coming out of a 20-year marriage. I'm going to be a player too. If they can do it, why can't I? But it don't work that way. It don't work that way in the real world, which is really sad, because I call bullshit. So, but again, I was groomed for that lifestyle. I was groomed. Sex was love. I mean, even with my ex-husband, you know, like when we met, like I spent the night with him one night, and he rolled me over while I was sleeping, and you know, started poking me, and I'm like, oh my God, he loves me. So I went into people pleaser mode, and he allowed it. And then, you know, 8 years later we got married, and then I finally was like, you know, I'm thinking if I do all this for him, I'll get it in return at some point. Nope. Nope. So,
oh, no.
Yeah, I did have affairs on him. You know, and I do feel bad for that, and I know it was wrong, but at the same time, I also know why I did it, and he's also not completely innocent.
Sure.
You know, so, you know, it's a double-edged sword, you know?
Of course.
That's why I will never judge anybody, because you don't know somebody's story.
Yeah.
So.
Stories, you know, you hear, they're so much deeper, they're so much more complicated than people, you know, realize. Absolutely.
So yeah, so like, you know, after I started in the dating thing and realized, you know, and I mean, why wouldn't I think it wouldn't happen again with somebody else? You know, that, oh, well, you know, but, you know, yeah, I was sadly mistaken. Woo, and had my heart broke. Woo, and just believed people for their word and didn't, you know, yeah. Had affairs with married men. Had a Pornhub page. Moved to Florida for a dude. Well, I mean, you know, he kind of, you know, gave me the idea to come to Florida. And because one, I had chronic back pain from an accident when I was 17 that almost killed me. And so yeah, like I've been through the ringer. I've definitely been through the ringer.
Absolutely.
And I'm the kind of person that will say, you know, hey, I know other people have had it worse because I've heard the stories. Like, I've been around these people, but guess what? My trauma is just as valid. And
absolutely.
I need to find a place that I can get some support. And yeah, I'm just really tired. I don't, oh, and so I was working. I took a leave of absence. I can't remember, like, there's just so many different, avenues that I could go. I don't, I want to make sure I need to process what I need to process.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I have no contact with my family. And that's probably pissing my mama off. And I will call her out on it on my Facebook. If anybody, if my mother reaches out to anybody, and y'all give her anything other than Maggie, I don't want to be in the middle of this, and she doesn't want you in her life, then I'll know. Because I do know that I got a little, yeah. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. A truck just pulled up. That's what they have on the back. I love them signs. Oh, Lord, I need him to take the wheel because, like, I really just want a place that I can live. I want to find a place that I can go work. And but I'm so, like, I've been so alone. It's hard for me to, like, I do Uber Eats on the side. So
Okay.
that's what's helped me. And, I have to get a little better because, I get in my feelings and stuff. And I'm like, well, I worked this many hours. I made money. I'm gonna eat something good, kind of thing. And then I always end up, like, spending way more than I should. So, yeah, like, so can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Like, what made you volunteer for the suicide line? If you don't mind, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Like,
It's okay. So it was a long time ago now. I went to try and volunteer. Well, I actually was originally on this website, like, for help, like, to talk about an issue. I ended up being a listener to listen to people, and then I started working on different crisis lines after that. So.
Okay. So, yeah, it definitely takes a good listener, for sure. And I am aware of myself enough to know I'm not a good listener.
Oh.
Because I've never had anybody listen to me. So I'm just always stuck in my own, just want people to listen to me kind of thing.
Yeah. People talk over you and ignore you and belittle you. It's very
my whole
hard
life.
to get your own. Yep.
I had to, like, I've been labeled a mean motherfucker because I have boundaries and I've put them up. I'm giving to you.
Boundaries are important.
Yeah, like, I'm giving to this dude, like, he doesn't realize, like, it's a privilege. It's to be in my energy. Yeah. I had to learn that.
Yeah.
And not feel guilty about it. And I'm like, but I'm a giving person. I like to share it, it was taught to me. Like, my ex-husband is living in a house that I should have because when we first met, like, within the first month, I got talked into getting him a loan for $3,000 so he could buy a Harley. We hadn't even known each other a month. And my mother was a part of this too. My mother was, whatever. Doing whatever she does. And because it was also at the, he probably even said something to her because she's that giving kind of person, just let people borrow money and then can't even ask for it back.
Mhm. Yeah, that's.
So when that Harley ended up buying the house that we bought in 2004, and when I left, I mean, I felt I was in the wrong, and I knew I didn't have the money to take care of that house, and so I actually had an affair on him in 2007, and I left. But yeah, there was never ever any attention. I had to do everything alone, the grocery shopping. He was always up in the garage, before we even met, he just did his own thing kind of stuff. There was never any attention to me at all.
Oh, that must have hurt.
Yeah, I was told not to feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's like, and then I started having boundaries, and I started speaking up for myself, which he didn't like. And I'm like, don't tell me not to feel that way. Like, he'd sit there and tell his son, or his son would call me like, hey, Dad, I need you to do this. And, he would drop whatever for his kids. And which, I did not have a problem with that at all. As far as I'm concerned, your kids do come first. And, but this is how he would play it. He's like, yeah, son, bring it on by, blah, 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 I'll take care of it or whatever. And then we'd be in the house, and then he'd show up, and he would well, damn, I didn't know he was coming. And then so I'd say something or whatever, he could have at least, and then I'm the crazy one because I'm the one saying something. When his dad told him to come. But that's not what he told me. I didn't know he was coming.
Gotcha.
I didn't know he was coming. Well, we were gonna watch a movie. We were gonna cook and watch a movie kind of stuff, something like that. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been damaged and traumatized by so many people. Even his first ex-wife. She befriended me, and when I was doing my escort work, which only lasted about a month.
Gotcha.
We had started talking, and she told me a story about her when they were married that was the exact same thing that I experienced. And she told me first, so I'm like, interesting. But so I started working on trusting her kind of stuff, I ended up going to jail for 5 days for marijuana possession in Virginia. And she texts my phone every day with something positive and stuff to let me know that I had somebody there. So when I come out, I had all these messages. I had 5 days worth of messages pop up. And they were, and I never had that in my life, So why wouldn't I think that it was genuine? And no, everybody in my life has been sent to make me go crazy and make me snap and make me come out of character. Because my family would rather I be dead. It's what I believe. Show me something different. I asked my grandma, I begged my grandma, can I please come down there? This was before I got my disability. Can I please come down there? Because I did Uber and stuff. I was like, I can come down and I can help take care of you. I can cook and this and that. Well, my aunt took care of her. Oh, well, In my family, you don't want to outdo anybody. And I mean, I do it 150%. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I was told, no, I don't need any help. I was like, well, okay, well, I'll come down and I'll go to Al-Anon meetings and church with you and this and that. And okay, well, then you know, I can just come down and like just be in a little corner of the house and just focus on getting my money so I can get a place of my own, so I don't have to, you know, because I'm very self-sufficient, Grandma. Nope, nope, not a soul helped me. My aunt and my grandma, 2 days before I moved down here to Florida to live in my car last year, we had conversations. They know the stuff my mother's done. We've talked about it. They know.
Yeah.
And they've talked to my mom, but she just still okay, but you push me out of the family and, you know, leave the fake lying shit in the family. It's okay, I'm gonna call y'all out, because guess what? It's my story. And I'm out here wanting to die, not wanting to live this life no more, because I don't got a soul to help me.
Yeah.
So guess what? Yep. Get ready, because it's a-coming.
It's not fair.
Nope. It sure ain't. And people can look at me like I'm crazy, but guess what? You want to know the sad part is the more I talk about it, I hear the same thing from other people. I got a girl I'm friends with on Facebook. She's experiencing the same thing. She just posted something about her mother. And she's like, how can you just like down somebody and try to keep them down and like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard the stories about the sexual abuse. Guess what? We're adults now. We get to talk about it.
Right.
Because, you know, when we were little, we were threatened that we were going to be killed or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, that would make somebody be quiet, don't you think? Especially a child.
Absolutely.
No, we adults now. And you can't tell me, as aware as I am right now, at 47 years old, and how I do have to go out into the world and fake it sometimes, because I'm dead inside. I'm just, you know, waiting till God calls me home, still trying to treat people good, but what I put on fake outside is for the good. It's not nasty. I wish everybody has a great day, because I need to try to feel that for myself.
Right.
Like, I'm tired. I just had made a video. I'll put whatever this is my life. And I got people that are jealous of me. Because I'm in Florida living it up. Alright, come on now. Because, like, literally, I live in my car. And you just moved into your own apartment. But you're jealous of me because I'm in Florida living it up. Well, maybe I'll make it look good. Well, nobody wants to hear the negative stuff. Nobody wants to hear, you know.
No, of course not.
But then I'm trying to be there for her and support her, and, you know, and then she doesn't even read my messages. Or call me back. Okay, block. Bye. You just told me you're jealous of me. So you're sending hate to me. So I'm good.
Yeah, that's not something you want.
And then after that, like, I tell you, like, hey, I get it, what you're going through. Like, you know, I just want to give you some words of encouragement. Like, blah, 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 you know. And then, like, days go by and you don't even open my message and read it and respond or anything. I notice that shit. Just like I'm pretty sure people notice it when I do it. Because I do it sometimes. Because it's necessary. I get it. But I don't wish no, they're negative. I can't have them in my life. They affect my mental health. So, you know, and I don't owe them any explanation.
Right.
So I get it, and, you know, it's such a gray area, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Like, really, life is such a gray area, and, you know, like, I've had to go ghost on people because I have to focus on myself. I can't, if I can't help myself, I can't help anybody else.
true.
And I've also noticed, I've watched people, because my mother's that way. The different personalities, and thinking I'm not smart enough to get it. But I am.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you're trying to, like, nope, and then you want to try to, like, instill guilt in me because, like, you need help and your car's broke down. Guess what? You've done just fine up to this point without me. You will be just fine. Because then again, also, too, nobody helped me with my shit. I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, and when I put myself out there, I always end up getting used and abused. So I'm good. Yeah, I'll cut anybody off that I need to. Because I'm not going to continue. Plus, I'm also not going to continue to tell you how to talk to me. So, oh, girlfriend, this life is a trip.
Yeah.
Like, nobody realizes, like, how much energy it takes for me just to do one trip.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like driving 5 miles, just because my mental is just like, I can't turn it off. I will rest, and I'll, I just get it somehow. I ask for God for strength, and He shows me. He shows up and carries me. But, yeah, I'm really ready. Yeah, I'm done. I'm so tired. Like, I've been to shelters. I went to Safe Harbor. Are you familiar with that? Is that one of the shelters they give y'all?
I'm not familiar with that one, no.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the first ones that I was ever given, from like 211 and stuff like that. And I went there, and the treatment that I received, which, I was told that that's a jail diversion shelter, and, like, literally, they treat people in there like prisoners. And...
Like what?
Like prisoners. Because it actually is, because, like, you have to be in at 8, showers are at 9. I'm sorry, I'm a freaking adult. I know how to take care of myself. I know when I need to sleep. I can take care of I don't need y'all to tell me how to live my life. And why can't I take a shower when I'm ready to take a shower? Why is it gotta be at 9? And you have to get in line. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then they also like to try to, they like to trigger people. They really love to trigger people. Because they did it to me. I gave them my driver's license to get checked in, and they didn't give it back to me. And I asked them for it 2 different times, and went out to my car to look for it. And the entry into this place was like a jail. It was barbed wire fence, security guard, metal detector, all that stuff. So, and it's a homeless shelter. So, so when I come back in from looking in my car the second time for my license, one of the officers came and stopped me after I got checked back in and was like, "Ma'am, we know you're new here, but when we have people coming in and out like that, we suspect they're smuggling in drugs and alcohol." I was like, "Whoa, like, not me. I'm just trying to get my, look for my driver's license and, get a hot shower, hot meal. Like, I'm not here to cause no trouble. No, not me." And then he proceeds to tell me, after berating me like a child, telling me I needed to be in or out, that they did actually have my driver's license at the front desk. But, I tell that story, and I've had people on that side, or people that don't really care, and, oh, that's not really how, that was not the, how it went down, or that was not their intention, or whatever. But I know better. Like, they was wanting me to, like, just go off and go crazy. Like, I told y'all, y'all have my license kind of stuff, Like, that's what they like to do. Like, I've seen it. And I didn't. I went back in there, got my driver's license, started talking to the one guy that when I did come in there to get checked in, he never ever gave me any eye contact whatsoever. I'm asking him about a shower, and like literally his phone rang. He picked it up without saying a word to me while I just asked him a question. Talked on the phone for a second, put it back down, and scooted over and started talking to his coworker. So I just stood there, just waited for him to come back over. And then as soon as he started coming back over, he gave me a peripheral view, didn't look at me, and told me, ma'am, you can't stand there. I'm going to need you to go outside to your pod. And I was like, I was asking you a question about a shower. And I still never really ended up finding anything out. So that might have ended with me asking about my driver's license again for me to go out and look in my car. Because I never really remember how that particular incident ended. But like I started a petition on the whole situation. So then when I finally came in to get my driver's license, I said, that's kind of messed up that y'all are going to accuse me, but y'all tell me y'all have it when I asked y'all for it twice. And he was like, well, it usually is drugs. It was all like cinched up lip and, neck movement and all that good stuff. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, were you fucked by your parents? And he was like, I'm not answering that. Like, I'm a blunt one. I can be a blunt one when necessary. And, and he didn't like that. So I was like, honey, that's for you to heal. Because he was like, I'm not answering that. And I said, that's for you to heal. But these people don't deserve to be treated like this. Because, like, yeah. Like, I'm I'm just ready for a change. I'm ready for the old stuff to come crashing down and we finally start anew and treat everybody equal and take care of the people in our country, Like,
yeah.
Honey, I could sit here. I know there's other people that need to talk, but, like, I really don't have anybody to talk to. And there's just a lot of things that I have in my mind,
Of course.
Like, I have a lot of time on my hands, and I watch a lot of YouTube and TikToks and just different things, and, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in this world that, like, literally, people would lose their mind.
Yeah.
I did a background check on myself, just did the process and stuff. I didn't pay for it, but at the end of the process, this screen popped up and said I was on a government watch list, or my first and last name was on the government watch list. And I was just like, that's interesting. Because, I speak up like Tupac. Question, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we have money for wars, but we can't feed our homeless and our poor?
Yeah.
Make it make sense. And then we have our government, like, the Republicans and the Democrats, they're both jokes, But for me, the Democrats are more the joke because, like, they come against people for saying what they're saying, but then eventually when they get into power, they start saying the exact same thing that the Republicans did. I don't know if you've ever seen that, like the wall.
Yeah.
Like, we do need a wall. We need to stop we need to stop the illegal immigrants from coming in the country. But we have homeless out here that can't even eat.
Yeah.
And get a bath.
Yeah.
And we have...
It's crazy.
And we're worried, again, it's a very gray area. It's a very gray area because, like, this stuff that's going on overseas with Ukraine and Russia and stuff, like,
right.
Like, I feel bad for those people because I couldn't imagine that kind of torture and that kind of control. That I would. Gone. You ain't going to control me like that, and you're not going to torture and rape me and all this other stuff. Like, no. Like, so I feel bad for them, but we got our own fight here. Our mayor,
That's very true.
you're in Florida, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, like, you know, I've heard that people don't like, you know, Governor DeSantis. But I'm sorry, I think he was a badass to send those immigrants up to Martha's Vineyard. You invited them here, so why don't you take care of them?
Yeah.
You know? Like, we don't reward bad behavior. You ask for something, you're going to get it.
Right.
We didn't ask for it.
True.
Again, it's a very gray area, you know? Because, like...
Mhm.
But everybody wants to say, stay in the present. Stay in the present. Okay, well, let's be in the present. This is our country. We're here now. And there's a process that you have to go through. I love confirmation horns. They're so funny. Did you hear the horn?
No, I didn't.
And you know, it's a unpopular opinion. It's an unpopular popular opinion.
Mhm.
You know, like I doing my Uber and stuff. Like I ride around and I see so much. I see the police abuse the homeless just because they can. They're not doing nothing. They're sitting at the freaking Wawa, just sitting there. So what? They didn't buy anything. So what? They're not a customer. If they're not bothering nobody, what's the point? What's the harm?
Yeah.
Like I need to find a
Yeah.
place where I, you know. Yeah. But it's easier for me to do it when I talk to somebody versus talking just by myself. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Like I need that back and forth kind of thing. And I mean, I guess I could, but I'm so worried about being judged, you know,
Mhm.
and people looking at me a certain type of way. But I'm really not that, you know. I'm just, you know, just putting
Yeah.
out differences of opinions. Like I see all sides.
Mhm. Right.
But yeah, I'm starting to gonna like speak up. Like, I mean, blacks are starting to be like, we want Trump. I'm, you know, I don't. Oh, God help us. But yeah, what they say, don't talk about politics and religion, right?
Mhm.
But guess what? We can't come to a really good solution if we don't.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, but
Unfortunately, I don't think we have a lot of good solutions. I think we just have the best of the bad solution.
right, you
I don't know
know.
what that is yet, but
I mean, I'm really like I've seen, like I said, I've seen different videos and stuff, and like I saw this one about this black man, and he was like, "Do I like Trump? No, he's an asshole." But there's a difference in personal opinion and somebody doing their job. You know, and
yeah.
like there's a lot of stuff that, you know, just because it was Donald Trump, you know, he didn't, you know, I don't know a whole lot, but what I do see, like people, like our world went to shit, our country went to shit as soon as, you know, but you know, I don't know, I have no clue, honey. It's all I do is just pray.
Yeah.
And just hope other people speak up for it too. Like, cause I'm not neither. Like, I'm for the people. Like, it's just like the mayor, cause I'm in Clearwater,
Mhm. Okay.
and I've been to speak on behalf of my petition and the homeless in front of them, and found out that the mayor is a wealth manager, and that him being mayor is just a part-time thing. You know,
That's
money talks. Money talks, right?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna like just sit back and chill, take me a nap, just do what I do. But I appreciate you
Right.
listening, and
Get in a nap.
And, oh yeah, I listen to sleep affirmations. Like, that is one of the things that I would say has been the most life-saving for me with my mental illness and dealing with everything that I've had to deal with. And, yeah, like, I really wish this one lady, she has a channel, like, her channel's grown so much. And I've seen people write on there, like, they wish this could go viral. They wish that Oprah would, like, advertise this and, like, promote this. Because, like, it really could, like, fix a lot of stuff in the world. Because, like, if people were to go inside and fix themselves, it would fix 99.9% of the world's problems.
Right.
Because, I mean, we're all adults. We know better now. But some, you know, due to traumas and everything else, we still act out when we get triggered and put in those situations. So, but yeah, I tell you, if you want to ever check it out, or maybe, you know, give somebody, because I'm all about each one teach one, right? And, but this channel, it's Jessica Heslop. It's Heslop. You could probably still find it under her other one, was Live the Life You Love. And they're really good. She's got a lot of different ones, like self-discipline, inner child healing. She's got almost, I think, 450,000 followers. And I've been listening to her for like 2 years. So I try to tell as many people about the sleep affirmations as I can, because, I mean, you're sleeping anyway. And there's actually science behind it. There really is actually science behind it. There's another one is on Be Inspired. And the video, the thumbnail says it goes straight to your subconscious. And in the beginning of that video, it explains the science behind it. And what it does. And what the brain, because the brain is an amazing thing.
Right, absolutely.
So I'll probably be listening to my Unlimited Wealth one tonight. Because if I got money, like, I can get me a place to live. I could get me a room. I could, you know, get the proper rest and meals that I could. Because I miss cooking. Oh, I miss cooking so bad. And I also miss eating it too, so.
Right.
But yeah, if you ever want to, like, check out those, like, I'm here to, like, figure out how to fix this world, and it comes from when we fix ourselves.
For sure.
So, but yeah. Well, I appreciate you listening to me, Isla. And,
absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you do.
You're welcome.
And,
of course.
alright, sweetie, you have a blessed night.
You too. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you. You too. Stay prayed up.